Hi guys, I hope I'm live, otherwise I say this every single time, so I'm gonna stop myself from saying it. Oh, I really hope I am anyway. Yeah, as always, please let me know if I'm speaking to someone, and you know what, I should probably try and speak down here because that's where my microphone is. Yeah, thank you for being here and watching. I hope I'm speaking to someone, otherwise I'm just speaking to my light. Yeah, welcome to another evening practice session in my living room. This is always really weird because I always feel like I'm speaking to myself. All I can see is like my playback. But yeah, anyway, I'll try not to clap down here as well because it'll be really loud. Do let me know if you can hear me. Yes, we're live. You can see and hear me. Good. Thank you very, very much for confirming that. Okay, that's great. So, thank you first of all for, oh, also please let me know if the sound is okay. I mean, that's going to be roughly the volume of it. I can turn it down, turn it up. I did test it, but your ears are different to mine, and mine probably just are too used to hearing loud guitar all the time. So do let me know if it's okay or if it needs altering at all, and I can do that. So yeah, thank you for voting on the pieces that you'd like me to practice. Hopefully you've had the opportunity to download the scores if that is of any use to you. If you don't read music and you're just here to kind of watch along, then absolutely fine. I know that these pieces are quite complex to look at on the page, so it might be a little bit, but I will try to explain exactly where I am at all, well, not at all times, but I'll try and explain, whereabouts I am in the score as I go along. So you voted for the first of Walton's 5 bagatelles, William Walton's 5 bagatelles, which he wrote for Julian Bream, and which Julian Bream edited. And I've actually only just had a look, got my hands on the original Walton score, which is really interesting to look at actually, because it was also kind of written by Malcolm Arnold as well, which I'm not sure is meant to have kind of got out into the public knowledge, but but obviously Malcolm Arnold wrote much more for guitar than William Walton, who literally just wrote this one piece. So yeah, quite a lot of help from Arnold, which you can kind of see in certain movements of this. So yeah, I should probably, a bit of a PSA. I've literally only just started learning the first one. I learned them in a very weird order. So I learned the second first, then the third. Second, then the fourth, then the third, then the first, which I'm literally just started, and I'm also planning to start the fifth at some point. So, okay, the sound's only coming out of the left earphone. I thought I sorted this out earlier, so I'm gonna have to have a look at that. I'm really sorry. It will be fixed by the next live stream. I'll sort out the fact that it's only coming out of the left speaker or earphone. That's really annoying. I'm sorry about that. Anyway, yes. So I've pretty much. Well, I'll just explain where I'm at with the Walton, just so you can kind of get a bit of a idea, more of an idea than I have anyway. I've read through it all, and when I say read through, I mean I've fingered like the first page and a bit, maybe, and I've kind of just got into the habit of playing through the last couple of pages, which I can't get through fluently at all, and I'm still trying to figure out how I'm going to do certain things and all that kind of stuff. So yeah, I thought, because obviously the other piece that I'd like to play a little bit of tonight is the Coste, Le Depart, which is the other one that you voted for as well. So I think what's probably best to do is to just kind of do parts of each. So I think with the Walton, I'm just having a look at it now. I'm thinking, I mean, I think it's good. Yeah, maybe it's a good idea to do just start at the first page and see where we get to, I think, to be honest. Yeah, let's just do that, because the first page is I have sort of figured out some fingering for it, but it's not that's the furthest I've got basically. So yeah, do let me know in the comments, by the way, if you've played this piece or are playing this piece or plan to play this piece, because I always find it really interesting to hear, like, if you're, you know, working on anything that I'm working on or anything, you know, it's quite, I like that. Or if you have any questions, you know, I will try to look at the chat as much as I can, so that you do feel like you're not just watching me practice, you're actually involved in it, which is the whole point of it. So yeah, feel free to ask some questions. I have played a little bit today earlier, but yeah, I'm not necessarily warmed up by any stretch, and I don't think I'm gonna do that now, because I did it earlier and usually it kind of just sort of comes back, but I've had the windows open and it's a bit chilly in here, so that's why. But we're fine, it's okay. We're not gonna do anything at, like, you know, rocket speed, so okay, so I'm just gonna go straight in and take the tempo very much down and see where we end up. Yeah. Bit of a weird fingering obviously at the beginning. Okay, cool. So those are the first two lines. I kind of like as well, so when it kind of gets to here, sorry, that's really squeaky. You have C sharp B, C sharp B, and then, and I really like doing that on separate strings. And then when you have the chord, yeah, that's cool. Okay, I'm gonna try it again. Whoops, no, I'm not. You're getting all the realistic practice here because it's really not, it's not polished. I look like a young Paul McCartney. I'm not sure to take that as a compliment, to be perfectly honest. Okay, cool. One more. Okay, this is where it gets tricky. So on the score, this is bar 9, measure 9. So the first bar of line 3. So what Julian Bream does with the right hand, he has A, M, I, P. So you have A, M, I, P. So the P covers the, like, the whole of the bass notes, which usually I kind of quite like to do, like quite a big sound on the bass, but I found that really difficult to make the B flat on top of that stand out, because he does, I don't know if you can see this, but and it's a bit too bass heavy for me. I get too much of the A and the D. So what I've been doing, which I find like it's a bit of a novelty at the moment, because I really like to do it because I've never fingered anything like that before, but I just roll my I finger back and go I, but then P on the bottom too, so you get I, P and I, and you get a much stronger B flat, because that's meant to be like the strongest note. But it took me a long time. I mean, obviously I've not been playing this that long, but the main thing that I was doing, concentrating on the first page, was literally being able to go to get that diddle-a-da. Because doing it in rhythm feels so unnatural, like it's crazy. You just have... I have no muscle memory of this at all at the moment. It's crazy. I need to build it up, because these chords just to my left hand, these chords just feel so random. Okay, I'm gonna try and do that a little bit. Okay, I'm gonna go from bar 12, which is on the third line. Those three chords I think are causing me the most problems. So that's bar 15, the last chord of bar 15, those three chords from then on. Difficult to land on that, like B flat major 7. It's difficult to land on that chord, like, because all your fingers are just like scrunched up. Okay, I'll take it from the bit before that. That was alright. Beginning of the line, so bar 9. Nope. I've just skipped a line. I'm sorry. This is why I normally practice in the morning. Okay, the end of bar 14. That's where I'm going to go from. I'm sorry. I'm just saying all these numbers and it's not making sense. End of bar 14. Oh, that was so messy. What's that? Okay. Okay, next bit. Whoops. Okay, I'm going to try all of that. I'm going to go from the end of bar 14 once more. top notes because they're all accented as well. Okay, once more. Oops. Oh, that's why the time signature keeps changing. That's why it feels weird. Okay. Whew. Yeah. Okay, a bit better. Oh, it's rubbish having to look at the music. I hate like having to look at the music because with this you need like so much left hand. Yes, sorry, I will point this down so you can hopefully see some of my right hand. Let me know if this is any better. So same place, end of 14. Okay, that's better. I'm gonna go from Okay, I'm gonna go from bar 12 really slowly. Cool. Okay, once more. This is, by the way, this is probably much more boring than the last one, but the next piece I can play a tiny little bit better than this, so it hopefully won't be as boring. But that's what practice is, I guess. So welcome to, boring practice. Bar 12, yeah. Once more. And again. It's a weird chord. Whoa. Okay. Sorry for all the sound effects. See, that's what happens when you speed it up. It's just kind of that's how you know you sped it up too soon. And I sped it up a fraction, like minuscule. Isolate it. Okay, I'll go from the end of bar 14 again. I never know where I'm supposed to land there. That's the problem. My fingers, like, I'm looking at it on the page and I know the notes are right, but my fingers are like, nope. It's my first finger that is kind of letting me down there, so all I need to do is kind of, like, it only needs to move one fret. It needs to move one fret. This is, by the way, what I'm talking about is, oh gosh, now this is a challenge. This is bar 16, the last chord of bar 16 to the next chord of bar 17. So it's the D in that chord, so the D in the chord at the very, very end of bar 16 needs to go up to the E flat, but it doesn't feel right for the fingers. See? Okay. Because everything else shifts 2 frets and the first finger only shifts 1. Try and put it back in context, and then I'm just going to move on. So I'll go from the end of bar 14 again. Okay, and now I'm going to go from bar 12 and then just go through. That was better. I could keep going over and over and over that, but I know from how I've been practicing this week that that's not a good idea, because I've had lots of frustrated practice sessions and I don't want to get frustrated in front of you guys. But trust me, it does happen. Like, I had a lot of questions, I had a lot of messages after the last one, very, very nice messages, but a lot of messages saying, you know, I tend to want to throw my guitar out the window, or I get really, really annoyed, and trust me, that happens. Like 100%. But nobody likes other people to see that side of themselves. And all that happens when I get angry in practice is I keep going over and over and over again, and then I go, and then do it again. And then I have to go for a walk or just go out of the room, because otherwise I'm just like this. I just never want to play again. But it happens to everyone. I feel like, obviously, I might have said this in the last live stream, but one of the most useful things that I've been told by somebody who I'm like, is David Russell. And I was having a masterclass with him once, and there was something that I was getting really annoyed at myself about, and he just kind of sort of gently kind of went like this on my hands while I was playing. He was like, the worst thing you can do in practice is get annoyed and go over and over again, because it's not going to help it. Like, you're not in the right mood to alter that at that time. You know, you could leave it, sit down the next day, and then do it in like a fraction of the time. So yeah, my computer's telling me that the connection's a bit wobbly, so I'm really sorry if you didn't hear that. But anyway, on to the next bit. So where were we? Okay, we're on bar 19, which is fun and difficult. So okay, so the lead into it, we have I need to get those cleaner. Christ. clearly see that I've only just started this bit. Maybe it wasn't the best one to do in a live stream. Okay, I'm just going to read the notes because I'm just being lazy. No, am I looking at the right pace? Okay, bar A at the 8th. Have I got? Oh, it's an A flat. That's why. Whether to do a 2 or a 3 there. This is bar 19, but the upbeat to bar 19. That's the second finger. It's quite a big jump with the third though. Nah. I think I prefer the second, even though it sounds awful at the moment. About my own practice. I hope so, because it sounds this bad on a daily basis at the moment anyway. Okay. I don't want to have to put my wrist like this because that is bad technique, but it's difficult keeping it straight. Practice it and need to carry on practicing it. Okay. I'm in bar 19, 20, 21 at the moment. Fingering, okay. No, at speed that's not going to work. I'll just stop removing Julian Bream's fingering because he probably put it there for a reason. Okay, I'll try it again. I'll take the speed down. A flat. Okay, I'm just gonna go from the same place. Oops. This is all fortissimo. Oops. Okay. It's quite exhausting, that bit, isn't it? I think it's exhausting to listen to, let alone play. It's exhausting to listen to me playing it anyway. I'll clean it up, it'll be okay. I'm just getting my fingers around it for now. I want to say this bit's the hard bit, but it's all just, oof. Okay. You're a freak of nature if you can get that clean. I'm hypermobile and my little finger just doesn't, it won't trill properly, and it also just won't hold down properly. So you can see, I don't know if you can see, but every time I bend it, it wants to click in place like it just did then, like that. And it's just, once it does that, it's because I've been playing a little bit today, but once it does that, it's just not going to work. But we're going to try, because I can't just leave the piece. Just locks in midair, and it's so frustrating. Oh gosh, it's so like, yeah, that's pretty annoying. That's why you see me doing such a big movement with it, because otherwise, if I don't go, it just won't move. frustrated. It's more frustrating when it's your body just like, no, that's not happening. You can't play this piece cleanly. Okay, I'm gonna have one more try. I think it's just given up on me, to be fair. Oh gosh. You can get away with it if you do it quickly. It's just I hate having it as an excuse of, oh, I'll just do it quickly and no one will notice. Like you can't. Yeah. It won't even work down here now. If I could control it enough to make it sound like that every time, it'd be fine, but... Second page. Basically just me sight reading, so oops. Misprint, I think. So I'm on bar 42. I think it's a misprint. I think it should be the quaver rest first. What chord is that? I'm not even going to go over all of that, I just want to get through. Okay, this bit's interesting. Oh god, I gotta be careful. My fourth finger won't move. Oh, what page turn? Okay, then we get to the nice bit with the... Yeah. Sorry I didn't go through the second page very thoroughly, but I think maybe it's best to move on to the cost, because I don't think with how my forefinger's playing up at the moment we're going to get very far with that. Yeah, sorry about that. The cost has a lot of trills, but not as many with the fourth finger, and not as like but yeah, if you have any questions about any of that though, feel free to kind of put them in the comments and I'll try to answer them. Hopefully, I think maybe it's good that you've seen this piece at like such an early stage, just because if you'd be interested to like see the progress of it, or you know, kind of like every month or stuff like that, then you know that could be nice. So hopefully it'll sound a bit better than this in a month. If it doesn't, then I'm really doing something wrong. So yeah, anyway, we'll see. Okay, so let's go on to Le Depart by Napoleon Coste. I'm yet to figure out which sections of this that I want to practice. Actually, are there any sections, and I might have a bit of a delay, but if there are any sections in this that you'd be interested or like have questions about or are particularly interested in, then let me know and I can cover those, because it's basically a general kind of, you know, working on as a general piece, and I'm not going to go through the whole of it right now, but personally maybe I'm thinking from, let's see, there are 6 pages. I'm thinking maybe from page 4, so pages 4, 5 and 6. But if there are any places that you, I don't know, would like to hear or like just generally have questions about or are intrigued in, then yeah, let me know. Markham says, have you got your swear box ready? There's a lot of double sharps. Yeah, you know what, on the last page especially there are quite a lot of accidentals, so yeah. Okay, we'll see. Let's see if I'm still in tune first thing. Okay, I wonder how many of you actually know this piece as well, because I had never heard it this time last year, so and also haven't really played it much. I actually recorded it for my album in October, so you're probably thinking, oh, you know it like the back of your hand, it's absolutely fine, blah blah blah. I learned all of the repertoire very quickly for the album, and it was fine at the time, and haven't touched it since. And it was all like, when you learn something that quickly and that kind of like amongst an hour's more repertoire, it be kind of like, if you don't carry on with it, it goes out of your mind very quickly, which I should have realised. So yeah, I've only recently sort of picked it back up, because October feels like a hell of a long time ago. So yeah, anyway, okay, seeing as nobody's specified any section in particular, then I'm just gonna roll with it, and I'm going to go from where should I go from? Let's have a look. Okay, I mentioned page 4, which is after, so there's the famous bit that kind of depicts the soldiers coming back to France after the Crimean War, which is Le Retour, or is your French accent, which I probably Le Retour, which I'm terrible at. This is the bit that you might recognise. That's kind of like the famous theme anyway. And before that, I'm just trying to... Okay, I can't really bother going over that again, because I had a quick look at that earlier and it's driving me insane. But I am going to go from You know what? I'm gonna go from. Sorry, bear with me. I should have thought of this before, but I thought it'd kind of jump out at me quite obviously. Okay, I'm just gonna go from where I just played. So Le Depart, I'll go from the second time round because it repeats. Yeah, and we'll see what happens. Also, there's a very real fear of playing this way too fast because at first I was playing because I heard recordings like that, and then all of a sudden I was like, do I actually want to play it that quickly? You know, the soldiers aren't like literally running back. So it has to sound quite like, you know, if you've got the score with my annotations on it, you'll see that I've written military and probably spelled it wrong because it was in a rush that I wrote it down. But it has to be like a march, which is what I'm thinking, the duh, 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 duh. I'm going to go from the top of page 4, which is a bit of an awkward place to go from, but hey ho. What did I say about the trills? From the top line, last bar. There's a ridiculously difficult thing to do there, and it's just kind of like Coste wrote it and then went, yeah, you'll be fine, you can do that. And it's like, how did he do that? You know what I mean? It's here. So in the third line down, I'll go from the beginning of the third line, I'll tell you where it is. Here. To get it so, because you, like, if I just looked at this and went, all right, yeah, okay, so you go, I go and do that chord down here, but you can't because it's too quick. You have to do a little pivot, which means that, I don't know whether you know about pivot chords, but it's very, very nerdy. But you have to go slide onto the pivot chord. So the pivot chord, a pivot chord is like a barre, but only like literally like a hinge. Like you can do this. You can call it a hinge barre as well. That then you can put down for the chord, which is sounding very unclean, but to do it at speed is ridiculously difficult there, and to land with it cleanly as well, because you're landing on the string with this part of your finger, and like that does not come naturally to anybody. I'll go from there again, from the beginning of that line, the third line. This is my favourite bit coming up. Okay, so this is the, before I've marked a big fall. I really like to do something there like different. So instead of going and just sort of, you know, like it's written like I did in the first time, I've gotten into the habit of, you have to save it for like very, very special occasions, because if you do it all the time, it just takes the absolute like novelty out of it. But I really, really like to do, so you play all of the notes in the chord, you roll them, but then when you play the top one, you take them all off so the top one sings. So you go, and with loads of vib as well. I mean, I don't know whether they'd have done that in, you know, the 1800s, but we're doing it in 2020. So I'll go from the number 4, second time round. Sorry, I looked at the first time bar. I'll go from, you know where I am. Whoops. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6th line. Okay, once more. And again. Oh gosh. Okay, once more. Sorry, I keep getting stuff in my eye. Scale a bit cleaner. That's not the best. I love that. It's such like, oh, and we end up in G major. Whew. Okay, last line. I'm just gonna go from the last line, then we'll carry on because it gets way more dramatic, and I love it. I want a bit of vib there, but there's no time. Maybe there is time. Tiny bit, but I don't really notice it. Moving on. Oops. I'll go for number 5. It's good. It's handy that I put loads of numbers in here because there's no bar numbers, so it's absolutely like, I hate music without bar numbers. It drives me insane. was all right. It's just little bits like, I don't know whether you have the score, but the bit in the big green circle in the middle of the page, not the two smaller circles, like the that to me always feels really like a shot in the dark. It's such a big, yeah, it's difficult to get a good sound on that note because it's kind of already died by the... Just decorate it all in like masses of vibrato. Oh god, yeah, I just hope that it masks everything, but it doesn't. That's maybe a little bit too much. That trill is a little bit of a weird one because you have so much time for it. This is, by the way, this is the end, 1, 2, 3, 4, very end of line 4. I mean, technically you could play, but it just doesn't sound right. It sounds right to go da 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 da. It sounds right to go da 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 da. I can't say it, it's too quick, but like that. I'll just go from there. I'll shut up. That F. That's a bit better. Whoops. It's like the simplest thing, and then when you go over it and over it, over it and over it and over it, it just always goes wrong. Whoops. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay. This is the beginning of line 7. Sorry, something in my eye. Beginning of line 7. Actually, no, beginning of line 6. Let's go from the... So, third line from the bottom. God, it's awful not having bar numbers. Whoops. Beginning of line 7. And again. Oof. Sorry. The chat's gone very quiet. Let me know if you've got any questions or anything, by the way. Mark says how many hours to get it playing at tempo. So that was about the Walton. I wish I knew. I don't know. I'm hoping not massively long because I have to play it in a recital in not that long. Yeah, we'll see. I don't know. Hopefully not too long. I'm hoping. It's difficult because I've got a heck of a lot of things to practice for at the moment, and I'm like a whole concerto to memorize and all of the other reps. So I'm hoping that yeah. I'm hoping not too long. Fingers crossed. Oh, bye, Bill. Thanks for thanks for tuning in. Sound like a radio host. Okay, I'm gonna go from the same place, so the second bar from the bottom. Whoops. Just muscle memory, it's just gone completely lost. Same place. Oops. This is what happens when you rush. Okay, I'm just going to take this back a little bit. So the very, very last page, I'm going to do, and I'm going to do it a little bit slower. To the top of the page again. Oh no, Mark, you're gonna miss the best part of the piece. It's coming up. Enjoy your dinner. Okay, I'm going to try it a little bit at speed and see how it goes, because usually I'm alright with the last page, but I've not properly like concentrated on it for a long time. Well, since October, so. I'm just going to go from, you see where I've written sub F, so subito forte, or in the music it actually says B. I'm just going to go from there. And again. My fingers seem to get a bit muddled. Once more. Once more. I'm just going to go from... 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, fifth line I'm going to go from. best part of the piece, by the way. I like it. It goes right every time someone's not watching. You know how it is. Once more for good luck. Okay, I'm gonna try the last bit again. Got a little preview of what's on the album anyway, which sounds better than it does here. Trust me, it really does. I'm gonna go from the same place actually, like midway down the page. Yeah. Cleaner. I promise I'll get it done. I promise. That's more like it. Okay, once more through to the end. Let's do it, let's do it, let's do it. There we go. Good last chord. Although in a concert you can't have 4 goes of it, so. Okay, well, yeah. I think that was it. I know that it was a big mix of I can't play one piece and I can semi-play the other. And I know I didn't really delve too deep into the Coste. There are a few things that definitely need a bit of a look at, because I'm playing it in a concert in a few weeks. But yeah, I think overall it's kind of there. It's just I don't know. It's just getting it, because I've never really like played it. Well, obviously I recorded it, but I never played it in a concert setting and as an actual sort of recital piece, because it's so different to recording. It's unreal. So yeah, I think hopefully we'll be okay. I might do a cheeky little Patreon concert of 2 pieces I'm playing in a concert next month. So yeah, I really appreciate you being enthusiastic about it and wanting to see me play, and yeah, it means like a lot. And it also I know that I've done like concerts for you guys before I've done the concert in real life, and it really helps me just be able to play to some like such nice people, and also people who know the guitar and are even if you don't play the guitar, you know like what what goes into it and what goes into the practice, or you do now at least. And yeah, so I really appreciate that, and it's like a great it's sort of like a great output for me to have, and I just really enjoy it. So yeah, I wouldn't be doing all of this if you guys weren't here. So again, I really appreciate it. And yeah, thank you so much for spending your Wednesday night listening to me practice. I can't believe I'm able to say that to people, because it's crazy that people do are here. But yeah, I hope you enjoyed it and found it a little bit interesting. If there's anything that specifically that you'd like to see in terms of like technique wise, or I mean, you guys know kind of what pieces I'm playing at the moment anyway, just by the choices that I give you in the poll and the vote. And I know that it's a vote, and like the most voted for will get picked and everything, but it'd be good for you to have a little bit more input, and just kind of tell me what kind of things you'd find interesting within the piece, or if you're learning it, or I find that stuff really interesting. So yeah, I'm gonna stop rabbiting on now and stop talking at you. This is the problem when I don't have somebody talking at me. I just like, it's just word dribble. It's just but yeah, thanks so much anyway for watching. It's really nice to have some company on a Wednesday evening. And yeah, I look forward to hopefully doing the same or something different. Feel free to suggest in a live stream next month. But in the meantime, yeah, feel free to I don't know what I was going to say. Feel free to have a nice month. I look forward to conversing with you online via Patreon and all things Patreon. But yeah, all right, I'm going to stop talking. Oh my gosh, it's just uncontrollable. I'll see you soon. Bye.